Namaste. Good afternoon to my lovely students. And students, as we are discussing the same topic, the unit 3, that is exercise 3.1 and our traditional art. So we have studied about the art and sources of information. Yesterday we have dealt that there are three types of painting in Nepal, that is book painting, scroll painting and wall painting. Before that we have dealt the sources of information, that only little bit I am revising you, that is artifacts, manuscript, inscriptions and foreign accounts. These are the four sources of information from where the history can be revealed, history can be tells. And after that we have dealt the first, that is book painting. In simply book painting, the painting which is drawn on book, okay, like you also draw the painting in your copy, that is called the book painting. And yesterday I have told you that if you see your social book, so that there is a lot of painting in your books, and that is called the book painting. Now students, today we are going to deal about the scroll painting. What is scroll painting? And mostly this scroll painting is drawn on clothes, okay, drawn on paper or cloth of cotton or silk. This scroll painting is drawn on paper or cloth, in that may be the cloth or that may be the silk, and giving the painting, giving there is the painting of god and goddesses, okay. And this scroll painting is up to 4 to 5 meter long. In ancient period we used to find that the scroll painting is up to 4 to 5 meter long in clothes. And students, scroll painting, we are studying the scroll painting. In scroll painting is called by another name in Nepal, okay, that is a thanka, okay. See, the question may be asked to you, what is the another name of scroll painting in Nepal? That is thanka, okay, T-H-A-N-G-K-A, thanka. Remember the name. Scroll painting is called thanka in Nepal, okay. In Nepal it is called thanka, means scroll painting, okay. Scroll painting is called thanka in Nepal, whereas in Tibet, see, in Tibet it is called Paua, okay, P-A-U-W-A, okay, Paua or Pauva, P-A-U-V-A, only there is the difference between W and V, okay. In Tibet we used to say the scroll painting Pauva or Pauva, remember the, and it is important also. So in Tibet we say the scroll painting Pauva or Pauva, whereas in Europe and Western countries, okay, Europe and Western countries, it is called thanka, okay, same as Nepal. In Nepal also we used to say the scroll painting thanka, and in Europe and Western countries also the scroll painting is called the thanka, okay. Scroll painting means the painting which is done on with the painting which is done on clothes. Okay, that is called the scroll painting, and scroll painting have different names, that is Thanka in Nepal, and Europe and Western countries also it is called Thanka, the spelling is same Thanka, whereas in Tibet it is differ, it is Pauva or Pauva. Okay students, so we have studied the name of the different scroll painting found in Nepal, Tibet, Europe and Western countries. Nepal, Tibet same, Nepal and Europe same, whereas Tibet it differ. Now students, in scroll painting, what type of painting we used to find there? Mostly in scroll painting found a spiritual object. Spiritual means the object which can be not a realistic one. It is based on imaginary. It is based on the thinking of the heart. That is called a spiritual element, a spiritual object, and symbols such as, and there are a lot of symbols in such as mountains, rivers, clouds, scenery, animals. That type of painting we used to find in scroll, and plants. Not only this, but there may be there is also the painting of god and goddesses in scroll painting, with having the painting mountain, river, cloud, scenery, animals, plants, and in addition god and goddesses, Devi and Devta, both are beautified painted in scroll Thanka. Okay, scroll Thanka means the painting which is found in Nepal. Okay, in that painting we find different types of paintings of the mountains, rivers, god, goddesses, plants, animals. Okay, that is called the scroll Thanka. As you already studied, the Thanka is the name of scroll painting found in Nepal, whereas Europe and Western countries it is called Thanka. And whereas scroll painting used to be found, it found before the 11th century. Okay, it have been found before the 11th शताब्दी भन्दा पहिला भन्दै यो scroll painting भएको थियो. And another instance we found here, Nevars means Nevari people. Mostly we find here there is the more settlement of the Nevari people in Kathmandu. Okay, most of the Nevars. Nevars in Kathmandu get an occasion of chariot riding. Chariot riding, it is a kind of a feast or festival which they used to celebrate when their any family member become cross the age of 77 attain the age of 77. At that time there was a chariot riding. Okay, means it is a custom to get the bliss from the god, that is chariot riding, and the 77 years of that people used to sit in that chariot and there will be the riding, and the priest means pujari used to do the puja. At that time that person wear the scroll Thanka, and after the finishing of the chariot riding, that scroll Thanka means scroll painting which is done on clothes, that Thanka used to given to the priest, means Purohit. Okay, Purohit we say in simply the Pandit. Okay, Purohit who used to do that puja, chariot riding, and get the bliss from the god. It is a custom of the Nevari peoples. Every Bhadra, okay, now it is coming near, we are in Ashad, okay. Every Bhadra there has been exhibition. Exhibition means Pardarsnali, okay, where we can see, view, get the ideas, that is exhibitions of scroll painting in various temples and monasteries. Here we can get the various temples and monasteries, okay, and there we can see a lot of back which show the custom, tradition, religions of the castes. That type of scroll painting we used to see at that period when we used to go to the Bhadra. We see there is the exhibition, and we see a lot of scroll thankas, and most of the scroll thankas is based on religions, customs. There is the most of the pictures of the god and goddesses, plants, animals, sceneries in Kathmandu valley, okay. And there are two types of scroll painting, okay. The first is Pata. Try to know about the Pata. What is the Pata painting, okay. See students, Pata, okay, it is up to 4 to 5 meter long, okay. This Pata painting is 4 to 5 meter long, and in this painting there is, in the center there is the god, and around the center there are the many pictures of god and goddesses. That type of painting is called the Pata painting, okay. See, for example, for the example of a Pata painting, okay, suppose there god at the center and remaining gods and goddesses surround the center god, okay. This type of painting is called the Pata painting, okay students. Or god or goddesses, yeah, deities. Deities means also the, we say the Bhagwan, and god and goddesses also we say the Bhagwan, okay, that is god and goddesses. So this type of painting is called the Pata painting. Whereas there is another, that is mandala, okay. There are two types of painting, scroll painting. One is Pata, you can see here. Another is mandala, okay. What is the mandala painting? Pata painting, understand, 4 to 5 meter long. At the center there is the god, and at the surrounding there is the different deities, yeah, god and goddesses. This type of painting is called the Pata painting. It about the Pata and mandala painting, the question is very sure to ask in your exam, okay. Differentiate between the Pata and mandala painting. You can write the question also. Differentiate between Pata and mandala painting. Yeah, what is mandala and Pata painting? Classify. See, let's see the another, that is mandala, okay. What is mandala painting? And in mandala painting we find at the center Do you know the sign? That is, we used to say this sign as a swastik, okay, which used to show, if we do any work, it used to show the symbol of goodness, okay, that is called the swastik. At the center in mandala painting, okay, at the center there is the sign of the swastik, and at the surrounding there is different deities, okay. See, very easy. In Pata painting, at the center there is a god, and surrounding the center god with the other deities. That type of painting is called the Pata painting, whereas in mandala painting there is the sign of swastik, okay, and surrounding the area of swastik with the other deities, and this type of painting is called the mandala painting. Hope you understand about the Pata and mandala painting, okay. And as we find, student, in Nepal there is, as we know that Nepal is one of the touristical place, and here the tourists used to visit in Nepal and used to buy this type of painting by paying thousands of rupees for this type of painting, and it is also the source of income for Nepal, because they used to pay a lot of money for this type of painting, Pata, mandala, scroll, thanka, okay, where they used to see the different types of lifestyle in the scroll thanka, where they used to see the culture traditions of the Nepal in scroll thanka, and this is found before the 11th century, and this is one of the clue that still Nepal is a religious place, and this scroll thanka is showing the culture and traditions of Nepal, okay students. Now let us see the another, that is the wall painting. In simply, yesterday also we have discussed a 1 or 2 line about the wall painting, the painting which is drawn in wall and which used to reflect the cultures and traditions of the Nepal. That type of painting is called the wall painting. Now, how it reveals the customs and traditions, the wall painting. Now, our scroll painting has been finished. Try to remember about the Pata and mandala, okay. Wall painting are widely done in ancient structures. Ancient structures means it used to show our the previous traditions, customs, norms, values, such as temple, monasteries, where we find this type of wall painting in the temples, monasteries, palaces, okay, darbaru, and Kumari ghars. We all know about the Kumari ghars, okay, ghar. In Nepal, mostly the walls are painted the picture of Yaksha Buddha and Bodhisattva, etc. In Nepal, we find the wall painting. There is the painting of the Yaksha Buddha and Bodhisattva. There is also the tradition at the, if we see the previous period, there is also the tradition that to draw the picture of king on a horse, see, okay, to draw the picture of the king riding on a horse or inside the while in trance, when we used to in trance at the any palaces, there in the wall we used to see the king's picture riding on a wall, and this type of painting used to decorate the period, that it used to show the powerful of the king at that time, what type of tradition was there and how much kings were powerful. And another reason, by doing the painting, certainly there is a decoration which used to seems beautiful to the area, and the people can see, at the time the people can see the value and norms of the ruling party or ruling king. Wall painting seems to be only from 15th century. See, scroll painting is found before 11th century, but wall painting seems to be from 15th century, means it have been 11, 12, 13, 14, there was no, we find the wall painting. From the 15th century there have been the wall painting, and it goes at the top when there was a Malla period. King Jitamitra Malla and Bhupendra Malla kept much wall painting in their decorative chowks. Chowks means center point of the market. Okay, that is called the chowks. And in Malla period we find that there is the more decoration of the paintings. Just I have told why this type of decoration is found in the Malla period, only to decorate the area, and it used to see the custom traditions about the norms and values of the king, how they are ruling and how much they are powerful. And this wall painting have been flourished, got the top level up in the Malla period, and after the Malla period it used to come downfall. The interest of this type of painting used to be decline. What is the reason? We will discuss later after. And in that period huge wall painting is still found in Pasupati and Jayabhageshwari places. Still we found this type of painting. Stories of Jatak, Ramayana, Mahabharata are commonly portrayed and preserved since 18th century. From the 18th century we find that there have been the portrait. Portrait means doing the painting at the wall, and in that wall, okay, in that wall it used to show the starting period of the Ramayana, Mahabharata, Jatak, from the starting period and up to its end. By seeing the picture in the wall, we have to understand about there is this type of event have been happened. Okay, so all these from the starting to the end, it have been portrayed in the 18th century, and it used to tells. The painting also used to reveal and tells the stories, not by speaking but by viewing, but by seeing and or by observing and getting the idea from that painting. We used to say that paint never speak, but through our heart, through our soul, we have to understand what the painting used to say to us. That type of situation, that type of study we are getting there. And students, frequent renovation, as we know that after the Malla period it is on the declining period. Okay, declining means दिन प्रतिदिन यसको इन्ट्रेस्ट के हुँदै जानु, खतम हुँदै जानु, पिपुलहरुमा जिज्ञासा कम हुँदै जानु, इन्ट्रेस्ट कम हुनु. Frequent renovation and repair works should be done on temple, monasteries, certainly led to the loss of original painting. By doing a painting and leaving it not only okay, we have to renovate them. We have to do the touch paint. Such, for example, if our house have been painting 10 years ago, if we see the color again, it have been became dim, halka. If we do again, certainly it seems to be new. So the wall painting should also be done like that. There should be the renovations, there should be the touch paint, and with that touch paint it used to be preserved the custom traditions, and which we and government should play the important role for the preservation of this type of religious painting of our country. And it used to show the custom traditions, and from where this type of custom tradition used to be preserved, the foreign tourist ratio of the country certainly will rise, which is also the one of the source of income for the Nepal. Another, such as we also celebrate one festival, the Hindu, mostly the Hindu used to celebrate, Hindu used to only celebrate this festival, that is Nag Panchami. Posting the Nagas means divine serpent at the wall, isn't it? In the Nag Panchami day, we used to post the photo of a serpent at our doors, above the doors, on the walls. That is also one of the example of a wall painting. Okay students, hope you understand. And in this way we have completed our the book painting, scroll painting and wall painting, and the unit exercise 3.1. So here is a small question for you, that is, the first is, what is Prajnaparamita? Write about Prajnaparamita. I have given the first class. And second, just that is how Pata and Mandala are different from each other, right? Another very important, okay, the question is, what are the types of painting? Explain briefly. So students, there is a 3 question for you. One is Prajnaparamita, write about that. Another, how Pata and Mandala are different from each other. And the third question, just today we have studied, that what are the types of painting in Nepal. Okay, what are the types of painting in Nepal? Okay, and explain briefly what are the types of painting. Very easy. There are 3 types of painting in Nepal. One is book, another is scroll, and third is wall painting. So students, hope you do the question and enjoy the period. So stay home, stay safe and be healthy. Thank you. Namaste.